Hello everyone, and welcome back to another nature vlog. And this time I thought I would share a little bit of what the weather has been like up here in the Appalachian Mountains lately. For those of you who don't know, the Appalachian Mountains are located on the east coast of the United States, and I have the pleasure of living here right now. I just moved up into the mountains a few months ago, so I'm still blown away by how beautiful they are. There's thick, lush greenery on all sides. I can look out my window and see mountains towering in the distance, and having grown up in Texas where it was nothing but empty fields for as far as you could see into the horizon, it is just so comforting to be able to look out and see how the mountains just rise up and the trees just surround you. It feels like you're in the embrace of some deep, rich greenery, and I love it. And I also love that it rains all the time here. The Appalachian Mountains are actually classified as a temperate rainforest. They're one of the very few temperate rainforests in the United States, and actually both of the temperate rainforests in the United States are located on the coast. One is over on the west coast, up towards Washington, and the other is over here in the Appalachian Mountains, located on the east coast. I had no idea when I moved here that I was moving into a rainforest, but I can promise you that the constant, never-ending rainfall during early spring and late summer, often during summer itself, really helps drive the point home. When I think rainforest, I think of somewhere with thick ferns and jaguars and macaws, and we don't have like the jaguars and macaws here. But out on the trails, it's covered in ferns almost all year round. The ferns are out except when winter comes and they pull back, and then they burst back again in the spring, and it's just stunning. And there's chipmunks everywhere, and it rains like this all the time, and it's actually really, really calming. And I found out that it rains so much because we get the weather coming up from the Gulf Coast, and we get the weather coming off from the ocean, and it just collides over the mountains and makes it so beautiful. The whole year is pretty wet. We get a lot of rain and snow, which is great for all of the moss, the ferns, the frogs. There's a lot of amazing amphibians that live up here. I found a few turtles, a few snakes. It is just so beautiful, and I never thought I would be able to go out on the trails and see the gorgeous fern forests that are here. I can't show those to you today because it's a little too rainy. It's not safe to go hiking in the mountains if you're an unexperienced hiker like myself, when the weather is a little bit questionable. We've been having a lot of heat lightning before the rain breaks, and I just don't want to be out in unsafe conditions, and no one should ever do that. Always go hiking only when you know it's safe, you guys. But hopefully I'll be able to take you up into the mountains after one of these beautiful rainstorms, and we can see how it's transformed the flora there. Especially now that it's getting a little bit cooler. It remains pretty cold around here year-round, in my opinion. Again, having grown up in Texas, I think anywhere where the high is in the low 70s in the middle of summer is a very cool, calm area. But it is very, very beautiful. There are a lot of spruce trees, fir trees, yellow birch, mountain ash, mountain maple, a bunch of azaleas. They grow absolutely everywhere, and very, very excitingly, there are over 2,000 species of fungi that have been identified just in these mountains alone. And with these wet, wet conditions, with the clouds that just seem to rise right out of the trees themselves, which is so beautiful. I just am blown away. I love it when it rains and you can see the way the clouds just come up out of the trees. It's gorgeous. But with all of the rain, you get a lot of fungi, and I love going mushroom hunting just to find them, because mushrooms only show up for such a little amount of time on the surface. And so hopefully we'll be doing that pretty soon, and we might find salamanders too. There's over 30 different species of salamanders, in the Black Mountain salamander, southern dusky salamander, cheat mountain salamander. Those are all ones I've seen before, but they're like only endemic to the area. So for now, we'll sit back and enjoy the beautiful rain, but hopefully pretty soon we'll be able to go on some hiking together and find some of the amazing native flora and fauna while I still live here. I can't wait to show it to you guys. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and as always, stay curious.